2K Sports can't. And we've got a moment now to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Goga Bitadze.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
Now the starting group for Orlando. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the 3 spot. And for Sacramento, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Zach LaVine is out there with Ellis. And it's Sabonis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Caldwell Pope's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Magic. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, that's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Just 5 on the clock. Sabonis drills the three-pointer.
You've got to at least honor the three-point shot from Sabonis. He's capable of knocking it down from there.
Pass to Banchero. Lets it go from deep. Good on the three-point shot.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
LaVine's shot is off.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Ellis finds LaVine. Again, LaVine missing.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Playing with some force on the interior. You gotta love Carter Jr. playing with that level of physicality.
LaVine feeling it out a bit. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Magic have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Things really clicking for them at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Now Suggs. From outside, off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Ellis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, that time he got the defense off balance with the well-timed pump fake. Nice work.
Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Caldwell Pope with it. Now defended by LaVine. Beyond the arc. A shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Kings have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Throughout his career, Clark, Kentavious Caldwell Pope has proven himself to be a quality player.
He certainly has, and I love the way he plays. He's locked in all the time at both ends. Really not only understands his role, Kevin, but embraces it. He's out there to space the floor with his shooting and then provide a lot of energy and versatility on defense.
Caldwell Pope outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Caldwell Pope's got 5 now.
Hey, you got to love that response. KCP not wasting any time getting those points back. Right back at him.
Great open look there.
You know what? Struggling a little bit, but I do command the effort. 2 of 8 from the field. Let's see if that one gets him going.
Caldwell Pope against LaVine. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Banchero, a screen on LaVine. Caldwell Pope kicks to Banchero. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball.
Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Caldwell Pope passes to Banchero. Carter against DeRozan. Kicks it out to Ellis. Inside. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That was pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
For your Kings,
And he can't hit the second. Gets it off. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for the second. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in its small forward. Here's LaVine, and LaVine throws it down.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Here's Carter, tries again. Outside for Caldwell Pope. 3-on-3. Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
Powering that one down. Murray saw a chance to go for it and took it.
Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you got to push it and push it every time.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. The Magic trail by 6. Ball's knocked loose and taken away by Ellis. Outside, LaVine. And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, launches it. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Sinks the three-pointer. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, a really difficult cover, especially in these screen and rolls. I mean, Caldwell Pope is fantastic with his creativity.
Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that jumper off.
Caldwell Pope against LaVine. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. It's a 5-point game. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
Banchero was screened for Caldwell Pope to the inside. And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, love that. Banchero moves so well with and without the ball.
DeRozan surveying the D. The tray.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Sabonis inside. Harder on him. Count that one. Sabonis has got the lead up to 7 now for the Kings.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Caldwell Pope with a screen for Suggs. Caldwell Pope against Levine. Down low. Shot clock at 6. Back to Caldwell Pope. Here's Banchero. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Banchero's got his 3rd bucket of the night. DeRozan on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got 3 assists in the game.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Now, I don't know if this field goal percentage is sustainable, but if they can stay close to what they've done in shooting the ball, they'll run away with this one.
On the wing, Levine. He's covered by Isaac. Outside, Levine. Back to Murray. Outside, Levine. Pass to DeRozan. Fires the 3. And it's Suggs with the rebound.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
To the paint. Here's Carter. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. Levine finds DeRozan. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And now a 10-point Sacramento lead.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And so it's the Sacramento. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
22.
Look here now at Sacramento. Like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Sacramento Kings. And that about wraps it up. And as the 3rd quarter...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
We've got Lyles, Malik Monk out there with Jay Crowder. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's LaRavia in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Monk, and then Monk with the dunk.
Monk high off the ground to hammer it home. I love that force on the throwdown.
And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or 2 against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Monk kicks to Crowder. Good. Crowder's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Monk against Wagner. Misses the 3. Kings leading now by 9. Monk outside. Curls it from outside. Monk's got 5 now.
And Monk has excellent timing on the catch and shoot. Takes no time in getting it off once he catches the ball.
They grab their own miss. De Silva. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Pass to LaRavia. Here's Valanciunas. Files a screen on Wagner. Here's Valanciunas. Basket good. Valanciunas has got the lead up to 12 now for the Kings.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Kicks it out to Wagner. Here's Black, and it's good. 2 points.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Kings leading now by 10. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Monk outside. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
And they pick up 2.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellas who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The game is certainly going international. Commissioner Adam Silver says, with basketball's exponential growth, it's now truly a global game. We're fortunate that the very best in the world want to play in a single league. And Kevin, the NBA continues to draw talent from all corners of the globe.
And David, you've been all over the globe, and the talent level undeniable. And that one's good, Wagner.
Wagner always a threat from downtown, and I love the efficiency and solid mechanics of his shooting stroke.
Monk dishes to Valanciunas. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. That one drops for him.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Monk kicks to Valanciunas. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. The rebound by Batase. The Magic trail by 8. Here's Black. 5 points in the game. Here's Wagner. Good work there as it goes. Wagner's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Good work by Wagner there, taking advantage of a point-blank opportunity.
Now, here's Monk. He has 7 for 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Good if it goes. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Sacramento with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Serve him up. Tasty room service dime right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter, what is still anybody's ball game. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the small forward position. Suggs passes to Carter. Back to Suggs. Caldwell Pope outside. Takes the 3. Sabonis grabs the board. Ellis with it. Isaac picks him up. With 3, Levine. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Caldwell Pope against Ellis. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive, and another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
Look, tell you what, Caldwell Pope, when he has his A game on, he can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the league, and I'd love to have him on my team.
Levine wide open, drains the 3-pointer.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Sabonis sets the pick for Levine. Outside, Sabonis. No problems knocking that one down. And the Kings lead by 11. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Kings.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And just a great job converting those second chance points as well. They're having a great night getting those second and third shot opportunities.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. Off target from outside. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Banchero, a screen on Levine. And finished off by Banchero.
When Banchero gets in tight, that's how he likes to finish. No layups for this big guy. He's all about the finish.
Levine kicks to Sabonis. Fires from deep. Levine can't hit. The Magic trail by 9. Here's Caldwell Pope. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Yeah, and once he gets the switch turned on, Caldwell Pope is not going to be slowed down. He can heat up quickly.
Suggs against Levine. Outside, Sabonis.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Pass to DeRozan. And the dunk by DeRozan.
This is what DeRozan is known for. He loves taking flight and hammering it down.
Suggs with the ball. Picked up by Ellis. Fires from way outside. No good on the shot. And here's Levine who brings it up for the Kings. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And the dunk by DeRozan.
And good execution by Levine with the pass. I mean, showing improved leadership skills there.
From downtown. And it's Banchero missing. Levine passes to DeRozan. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. And so the coach's challenge here comes in.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
When it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Kings.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
Most definitely. I mean, going down 2-0 would have made their third and final meeting of the season really difficult to win, but now they'll go into it with confidence and really liking their chance.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Zach LaVine.
Boy, the way he orchestrated the pace was impressive. I mean, moved the ball around, made good things happen with the pass. Well done.
LaVine, and he goes big with the top right over Jalen Suggs. And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. Thank you for that, David. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg
Grant, every team with an equal chance to do something special.
Oh, B.A., that's the way these teams look at it. Regardless how your previous season went, you have a chance to do something special, something great. Time to start fresh and build on that optimism.
So the Houston starting five. Tari Eason is out there with Dylan Brooks. Then there's Alperon Şengün. Then it's Thompson, and it's Green in at the point guard position. Levine against Brooks. It's Levine with a drive. And Levine, throw it down.
Man, I'm telling you, every time Zach Levine takes flight, we need this man back in the dunk contest quickly.
Outside, Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there. Here he goes, and Levine throws it down.
Once he gets to that bionic left leg of his, that launching pad, you better watch out because he loves finishing over bigger players.
Green against DeRozan. Green, the pass to Thompson. Oh, Sabonis with the steal. Levine feeling it out a bit. Pass to Sabonis. Outside Murray. And there's a 3-second violation.
3-second violation. Rockets ball.
Richard, something you notice about these Kings, they shoot plenty of threes.
And that's the modern game for you, B.A. But Sacramento shoots especially freely. You are right. And those shots often connect, so I doubt that that trend changes for them anytime soon.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Thompson. The rebound by Murray.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
For 3. Shot by Levine, no good. Thompson outside. And the layup is good.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
The Kings have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. DeRozan with the ball. Now Thompson defending. Ellis passes to Sabonis. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Levine with a screen on Green. Levine against Thompson. Three-pointer. Knocks down the long J. Levine's got 7 points in the game. Rockets trail by 3. Outside, Green. Şengün, the screen. Green, the pass to Eason.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Outside for Brooks. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by Sacramento. Outside Levine. DeRozan, a screen on Thompson. And Levine, here we go. Pass to DeRozan. Oh, Brooks with the steal. DeRozan against Thompson. Eason with the ball. There's the drive. It's Eason with the jam.
Already an intelligent playmaker, Thompson moves the ball well for a rookie.
DeRozan. Up top, Sabonis. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. Brooks against Murray. And here's Brooks. 15 in his last outing. Levine with it. Now Thompson defending. Sabonis with a screen on Thompson. Here's Levine. Oh, my goodness!
Did you see that?
Bring it out the hammer!
Now that's how you finish. Check out Levine getting artful at the rim, leaving the defense just completely clueless of how to stop it.
Outside Eason. The 3 is up. Counted from distance. He's got 5.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Murray, a screen on Thompson. Here's Levine. Ooh, went in there strong and tried to power it down. But he drew the contact, and he'll head to the line.
Players with this type of athleticism as Zach LaVine, historically, they keep people watching on TV and they keep people in the crowd. Why? Because you never know what you're going to see from them.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the first. Outside, Green. And Houston, another three.
Continuing to improve that three-point shot. Green hits this one.
On the wing, Levine. Brooks defending. Brooks against Levine. DeRozan outside. Just 4 to shoot. Picked by Sabonis. Pulls it from the top of the key. And he nails the jumper.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Zach LaVine, he's been the guy making things happen for Sacramento. He puts again. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, for the Kings, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses and they are exploiting them.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Dillon Brooks, and it's Thompson in a two-guard. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Getting up there with the slam. DeMar DeRozan leaves nothing to chance.
And Richard, throughout his career, DeMar DeRozan has such an easy time finding ways to score.
He knows how to get to his spots on the floor, BA. You have to do your work early against DeRozan because he is a midi master. If you let him move freely, he will jay you to death.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, BA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet. We said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for handing a game this close. They're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants them to take another look at the monitor.
Line for the Rockets. Jalen Green, 2 shots. The play is under video review under NBA rules.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Free throw good. Green.
Very good from here. Green over 80% from the line.
And that's good as he hits both shots. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Sacramento leading by 3. Here's Levine. 13 points in the game. DeRozan outside. And no good, trying to use the glass.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Brooks outside. Eason, a screen on Levine. Here's Brooks. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Yeah, just showcasing his athleticism. When Brooks gets open space around the rim, he looks to throw it down with authority.
Murray, a screen on Thompson. Here's Levine. Ooh, the elevation from Levine.
A savage reverse jam. That takes great body control.
No question. He was making a statement right there, man. Outside, Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Using that speed, Green flying by on the drive.
Here's Ellis. Green covering. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Right side, Murray. Fader on the way. It's rebounded by Şengün.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
Eason, pass to Green. On the wing, Brooks. Back to Green. This one for three. Rebound by Sacramento. They traveled to Houston last time they faced the Rockets and came away with a win.
Well, in this last matchup, they captured the win in large part because their backups provided a lot of the scoring punch.
And you can tell how important having depth is for them. Sometimes it's the difference between a win and a loss.
Here's Sabonis. Pass to Ellis. Launches a three. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. The Rockets have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Here's Eason. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Eason's got 7 points.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Since being selected in the 21 draft, Alperen Şengün has really improved.
Yeah, from 9 points per game as a rookie to over 20 in his third year, Şengün has averaged about 5 assists per game over a season. A huge number for a 6'11 post guy. He is so skilled. And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Green. Nice execution inside from Green.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Levine against Thompson. Levine passes to Sabonis. Outside for Levine. To stop the drought. Oh, Levine, an aerial assault.
That's his second triple this quarter after hitting one earlier. This is how you space the floor.
Green has been locked in, really powering this offense.
34 seconds left in the half. DeRozan outside. Down low. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Eason against Murray. And it's Eason penetrating. It's Eason with the jam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
9 seconds left in the first half. Screen by Eason. Here's Green. Nice D from Sabonis. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's Houston up by 4. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Checking out the Kings, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason. Yeah, you have big.
Let's switch back to the Sacramento Kings dealing with a thin margin at the half.
I'm surprised it's this close, not gonna lie.
And that'll do it for us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
We got Trey Lyles. Malik Monk is out there with Jay Crowder. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Laravia in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
When Monk isn't finding his own shot, he's making some slick passes.
Landale with a screen. Van Vliet scanning the floor. To the inside. Stolen by Valanciunas. Now the Kings in transition. And here's Crowder from the arc. On target from range. Crowder's got his second basket of the night.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Picked by Smith. Here's Van Vliet. And he banks in the layup. And the Rockets lead by 1.
Well, Van Vliet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Pass to LaRavia. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Roddy, he's checked in for Houston. Here's Landale.
David.
Here's Whitmore outside. Knocks it down from distance. And it's a 4-point Houston lead.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
Here's Monk. And he taps it home with authority.
Injecting energy into his team. That is what Malik Monk does.
Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Houston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Whitmore, 2 shots.
And so he hits both. Over a minute and a half now into this 3rd quarter action. On the take, and that one is hammered home.
Turns on the Jets for that drive. Monk's quickness is sometimes deceptive.
It's Tate on the wing. Still no points. Outside Whitmore. 6 to shoot. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for your Kings.
The first one falls.
2 shots.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
A guy who loves to play at a quick pace. Monk's speed and tenacity can make him very difficult to guard.
Here's Smith. Ooh, the dunk by Smith.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Kings trail by 3. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to go on Cam Whitmore.
So close on the finish. I mean, it could have been a 3-point opportunity.
The free throw drops for Monk.
Taking 2.
And Monk drops them both. For Houston, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. Landale with a screen.
2 minutes.
Outside Whitmore. Inside. Here's Smith. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Smith's gotten 4 this quarter.
And there's the length of Smith at work. Playing big on the interior.
Monk into the lane. Pass to Valanciunas for the tie. Hits the 3-pointer. And that makes it a tie ball game.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Outside Whitmore. Smith with a screen on Crowder. Here's Whitmore. And that one is stuffed right through.
An impressive athlete. This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home.
And there's the foul. It's on Malik Monk. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Now here's Whitmore, covered by Crowder. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure. It's Monk on the wing. Whitmore defending. Outside Monk. Crowder outside. Clock at 6. And there's the foul. It's on Malik Monk. That's his third foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for the Kings.
Substituting on the court.
Houston leading by 4. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Outside, Green. Pass to Şengün. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Şengün's fun to watch on the block. Drop steps, spin moves, up and unders. This man will put on a clinic down low.
Ellis passes to Levine. Murray, a screen on Green. Here's Levine for 3. Nails it from 3. Levine's got 21 points in the game.
And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach. He's really been putting that.
Oh, my goodness. How about that?
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, B.A.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
Once again, for your Kings Youth Dance Team, everyone.
And so it's Houston with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Great shot. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So the Houston 5 right now. We've got Alperen Şengün. Dylan Brooks is out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Jalen Green, and it's Thompson in at the 2-guard spot.
First team fight.
Here's Ellis. Green covering. Ellis passes to DeRozan.
And when it comes to defensive wings, Brooks is as good as it gets.
Now here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Levine can't hit. And it's Green with the ball for the Rockets. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game. They've got the Heat ahead of them in their next game in Miami. That'll be the back end of a 3-game road trip. Tries to save it. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Sacramento has gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. Thompson against Levine. The 3 is up. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now. Outside, Green. Just 5 to shoot. Late clock, Houston's got to hurry. Şengün, no good. Kings trail by 10. Sabonis outside. And another miss by Sacramento. The Rockets have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the 4th. 2 for 4 now. Outside, Green. Levine with it. Green picks him up. To stop the drought. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento.
And as long as he keeps missing from deep, the D will keep letting him fire away. He's just off from range right now.
DeRozan outside. Pass to Ellis. Here's Levine for three. Kicks it to DeRozan. Let's go with a three. He drops it from range.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Outside, Green. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line.
So far, proving he can score in this league. Green drawing more attention from the defense.
So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. So the Kings making a change here. Monk's checked in. 1:46 left in the final quarter. The deep three from Levine. The quick look, no good that time.
Trying to end this thing with some big threes, but the accuracy just isn't there tonight.
Now Green. Screen by Eason. Green with the ball. Shot clock at 6. Back to Thompson. And that comes off the assist by Green.
Love the control there from Thompson. I mean, showing poise on the pick and roll.
Levine with it. Green picks him up. Levine against Green. Levine passes to Sabonis. And Sabonis slams it in.
He gives up a bit of size in the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Thompson scanning the floor. Şengün, a screen on Monk. Green against Monk. Back to Green. Three-pointer. Doesn't go that time. And so here's Sacramento. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. Levine against Brooks. Pass to Sabonis. Murray for three. Easton with some nice D. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Green, the pass to Eason. Back to Green. The three. Knocks down the triple. And the Rockets lead by 12. And so Houston takes this one by a big margin. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was...
Welcome to tonight's presentation. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Amen Thompson.
He has become all kinds of mean at the defensive end. His blocks have come way up these past few months, and that tells you about the kind of intensity and drive he's been playing with.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Tari Easton is out there with Alperen Şengün. Then there's Dylan Brooks. And it's Green, and it's Thompson in at the 2 guard. And for Orlando, in the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Banchero in at the small forward position. So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. 5 to shoot. Eason. A three-pointer, no good. And here's Isaac. He'll bring it up for Orlando. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
He gets that one. Hey, Coach, it's NBA opening night, one of the best dates on the calendar. I know you're as excited as I am.
I sure am. Finally, Kevin, we get some games that count. We've been waiting months for tonight, and I love how at this point, everybody has playoff aspirations.
A lot of optimism, isn't there, Coach?
There sure is. This is the best day of the year.
Offensive rebound.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Banchero, a screen on Eason. Scooped up. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said, we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. And Orlando has possession. Following the score by Houston. Caldwell Pope passes to Suggs. Caldwell Pope against Brooks. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Well, a sharp start for them. 3 of 4 from the field.
So, Stan, we watched Kentavious Caldwell Pope's career, and he's played for a handful of teams. And he's been a starter on multiple title teams, including the 2020 LA Lakers.
Yeah, Kevin, I loved coaching him. This guy is a hard worker. He's one of the best conditioned athletes in the league. His stamina is incredible. He knocks down threes. It's not a coincidence that he's been on championship teams in 2 different cities.
Amazing. And here is Suggs. After Dylan Brooks was able to get the triple. Pass to Eason. Houston moving it around. On the wing, Thompson. He's covered by Isaac. Shot by Eason, no good.
And even without that 3-ball drop, the offense should have done more on that last play.
Personal foul. First team foul.
A minute 50 left to play in the first. Carter sets the pick for Caldwell Pope. Lets it go with a 3.
You can see how much Green's worked on his defense. He's become a tough one-on-one matchup.
Thompson in the posts. Isaac on him. Eason, a screen on Caldwell Pope. Snatched up. The Magic have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Right wing. Van Carroll looking around. 6 on the shot clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Count that one from Isaac.
Yeah, I like the concentration there. Isaac showing how skilled he is on the block. Feels like no one can stop him.
And Green slams it in.
And how high can you fly? I mean, he finishes that one with some pop.
GA after getting loose in the lane with a scintillating move. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's coming off a 10-point game against Houston. They double him with Green. Banchero inside. Brooks covering. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the wide open shot from Green. Bangs home the trifecta. Green's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling it. And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Here's Şengün. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by... Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Tari Eason is out there with Brooks. Then it's Alperen Şengün. Then it's Thompson, and it's Green in at the 1. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Banchero. Brooks against Caldwell Pope. Thompson sets the pick for Brooks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. There's the triple.
Well, defensively, Carter Jr. is smart, strong, and has great length.
And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Six to shoot. Pass to Carter. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Banchero's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Orlando. Well, there's a unique profile for Wendell Carter Jr. A tremendous rebounder and shooter, and now he's playing on a pretty good team, and he's a big reason why.
He sure is. Look, he's really big at 6'10", 270. All right, top 20 in the league in rebounding and effective field goal percentage. Can shoot the 3. Great blend of size, skill, and toughness.
Eason with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Şengün kicks to Green. Şengün with the screen for Green. Yep, that one goes in there. Green's got his third basket of the night right there.
With his athleticism, Green plays a lot bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
Banchero was screen on Green. Caldwell Pope. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Now, Green. He's got 7. There's the 3. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, it feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I've had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time. Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
You are an unselfish playmaker, and I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, DA, thanks. Although they were eliminated in the first round, last season was a success stand for the Magic.
It sure was, Kevin. I don't think many people had them even making the playoffs, but they fought hard, pushed the Cavs to 7 games, and gained valuable playoff experience. But when you watch everything Caldwell Pope does, it's possible he's still a little underrated.
Green against Suggs. Eason, a screen on Suggs. Green in the high post. 26 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple fronts.
Suggs passes to Carter. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
And a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Caldwell Pope against Green. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. A fantastic stretch this group has strung together. 8 wins and counting.
Well, I think they've found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Brooks with it. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
Orlando trailing here. Banchero was screen on Green. Kicks it out to Banchero from the arc. Thompson with the rebound. Houston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Suggs against Green. Pass to Eason. Eason with a screen for Brooks. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Caldwell Pope pushes to Suggs. Just 3 on the clock. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Houston on top. They lead by 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the 3rd quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get
Taking a look here at the Rockets, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, Now, as we look at the first half, the Rockets find themselves in a close ballgame.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult.
Thanks for joining us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Jalen Green, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
They've got Black. He's out there with Wagner, and it's Bitadze in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you noticed?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders, too, like Jalen Williams.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Fred VanVleet.
Jeff Green.
Wagner against Tate. Just 5 to shoot. Wagner passes to be Thompson, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Here's Whitmore. Scoreless thus far. Launches it from deep, and the call will be against Jabari Smith. That's his first foul. The Magic trail by 4. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Kicks it out to Wagner. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. It'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Wagner against Tate. Wagner passes to be Johnson. Kicks it out to Wagner. Landale grabs the miss.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
Pass to Whitmore. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. The Magic in second.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Green with a screen for Whitmore. Sinks the triple. And now it's a 9-point Rocket lead.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock.
2 minutes remaining.
There's a screen. Tate against Wagner. Here's Landale. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. It's taken away by Smith, and so the ball's out of bounds. Wagner touched it last. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Once again, Magic fans, get loud. That was the 407. Show me a lover.
Rockets leading by 9. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Whitmore with it. Pass to Smith. And then Smith with the dunk.
And how about the force on that finish by Smith?
Wagner against Tate. Now here's Wagner. Still scoreless. Just 5 on the clock. They grabbed their own miss. 58 seconds left to play here in the third. The Magic again can't hit.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
Smith up top. And he uses the glass on the layup. Smith's got the lead up to 13 now for Houston.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Orlando's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Suggs finds Banchero. The three-pointer is right on target. Banchero's got 8 points.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
Green passes to Easton. Green, no luck. The Magic trail by 10. To the middle. Here's Isaac. And Isaac throws it down.
You gotta push Isaac out of the paint. Once he's got that position, he is going to be all over the rim.
Green against Suggs. And it's Green slamming it down.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And so it's the Houston Rockets. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. They've got Tari Eason. Jalen Green is out there with Amen Thompson. Then it's Brooks, and it's Şengün in at the 5. Out to Brooks. Driving the lane, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Wow, Dylan Brooks off the bounce. Teammates are loving that.
Suggs looking around. Over to the wing. It's stolen by Eason. And even 3-on-3 break. He's looking for Isaac and finds him. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Here's Carter, and then Carter with the dunk.
Well, look, everyone likes a flush. Carter Jr. showing his force.
Eason down low. Banchero's there. Eason passes to Brooks. Five on the clock. Here's Eason. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Caldwell Pope outside. Off target with his 3. Houston leading by 6. And here is Brooks. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Brooks misses.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second personal foul.
And Banchero doesn't back down from anyone, which is why he's able to draw those fouls.
Both free throws good from Banchero. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Shot clock at 5. Another miss by Houston.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
Caldwell Pope against Green. Pass to Banchero. It's stolen by Green. Here's Thompson. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Houston.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And they're also finding a good deal of their points off turnovers tonight. Seems like every time they come up with an extra possession, they find a way to convert.
Caldwell Pope with it. He's picked up by Brooks, and the basket is good.
Well, look, they needed that one. Tremendous leadership by Caldwell Pope in an important situation.
Green against Suggs. Out to Brooks. Three-pointer. Orlando grabs the miss. Carter's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Caldwell Pope finds Suggs. He takes it in. Back to Caldwell Pope. Isaac outside. High, arcing shot, and it goes down 2 points. And now just a 3-point Rocket lead.
I tell you what, Isaac's starting to show that clutch gene. He's not afraid and seems willing to put the team on his back.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And with the game tight, Green gets even more in that zone and ensures he's delivering what his team needs.
Good ball movement here by the Magic. Caldwell Pope kicks to Banchero. Lets it go from deep. Offensive rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Pass to Eason. Back to Thompson. On the wing, Brooks. Stolen by Caldwell Pope.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
Brooks outside. Buries the long-range jumper. And now it's an 8-point Houston lead. So we see the Rockets get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
It's a very... All right, now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past few months for Keegan Murray.
In the last couple of months, the rebounding totals have taken a bit of a dive for him. Let's see if he can refocus and put more effort on the glass.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then it's Domantas Sabonis. And it's Ellis in at the point. And for Orlando, the backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. And it's Ben Carroll in at the 3 spot. And here is DeRozan. Outside LaVine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires for 3. It's the trifecta. It's still early in the season, Grant, but most coaches have their rotations worked out by now.
They really do, but if they don't, they better figure it out soon. You don't want to be tinkering with your lineups any later than this. And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim.
And that distribution from Sabonis just keeps growing. Found the open man that time.
Back come the Kings in transition. Here's LaVine for 3. Orlando with the rebound. They traveled to Sacramento last time they faced the Kings. Came away with a win.
And in the last meeting, they were the better defensive team. They were the disruptors, causing turnovers all over the place.
It was definitely that defense that carried them to that huge win that night. You have to figure they'll be primed to wreak even more havoc here in this one.
Here's DeRozan. The Magic making their last shot. Back to LaVine. And stolen by Suggs. Oh, and a fast break for the Magic. And he lobs it up to the rim. Oh, Ben Carroll throws it down.
And this is why you must push Banchero out of the paint, or else he'll slam it all over you.
Well, Grant, the Kings, one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, BA. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
Now here's Suggs. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's LaVine. And LaVine throws it down.
You have to love how persistent LaVine is inside, enduring the contact and finding his shot.
Pass to Isaac. Right side, Caldwell Pope. And the dunk by Isaac.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Suggs against LaVine. DeRozan outside. And the call will be against Jonathan Isaac. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. And the dunk by DeRozan.
And when he's got momentum on his way to the basket, DeRozan is going to finish hard. No reason to take any chances there. And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
This Magic team is making moves in the East. Star forward Paolo Banchero said, "We're a lot more competitive. We know we're talented. We can play with anybody, and we've proven it. Just one game at a time." Brian?
Gotta take that simple approach. A team on the rise, Allie. Thank you.
You love the show of force from Carter Jr. He's not messing around when he gets the ball down there.
Shot by LaVine, no good. Magic trail by 3. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Pass to Suggs. Carter with it. He's guarded by Sabonis. There's the triple. And Caro, no good.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Suggs finds Caldwell Pope. To the middle. Here's Carter, and it's slammed in by Carter.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air. DeRozan right side. Here's Ellis. He's covered by Caldwell Pope, and it's Murray off the drive.
And watch out when Murray puts his foot in the ground. Don't want to be in his way at all.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Keegan Murray. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Caldwell Pope. He picked up 10 in his last game. Isaac outside. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now here's Levine. He's got 11. Pass to Sabonis. 5 on the clock. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Here's Banchero. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Almost converts despite the contact.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
Time called here. The Kings decide to talk it over.
Guard.
Give yourself a round of applause.
Here's Ellis. And the powerful one-handed slam.
They keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Zach LaVine. He's been the guy making things happen for Sacramento. 11. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
Well, guys, early on, they're driving the lane constantly, using their quickness to gain an advantage. Look at their points off penetration.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
On the court for the Kings, second quarter underway. The duo inside. It's Murray and Sabonis. Then it's DeMar DeRozan. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at the point.
I love how decisive DeRozan was on that play. He knew he was going to put that shot up well before he caught the ball.
And play stops. So whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And he did that so well in college. Suggs sharing it well in the league, too.
Down!
And that's the sauce right there. I mean, every night, LaVine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. It doesn't go for him. Sacramento leading by 8. Jacks up a 3. He buries it from 3. Caldwell Pope's got 5.
That's pretty much not how they would defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
LaVine, the 3 from DeRozan. Rebound by the Magic.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Here's Banchero. Yes! Banchero fighting for 2.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
Here's LaVine.
Yes, sir!
Oh, my!
Throw that one up top.
Oh, what a play. And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Back to Isaac. LaVine with a steal. Pass to Ellis, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Suggs. And a moment to check out the 2K leaderboard. Here were the best rebounders last season. Domantas Sabonis on top.
And this is someone who loves being aggressive on the glass. He proved it last season with how dominant he was collecting rebounds.
The three from DeRozan. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Sabonis with a screen on Suggs. Here's Levine. Look at Levine exploding to the cup.
With how bouncy Levine is, Zach can get to the rack at will.
Isaac for three. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Sabonis outside. And the three off target. Orlando trailing here. And Carroll surveys. Carter, the pass to Suggs. And Carroll with a screen on Levine. The three from Suggs. It's hauled in by DeMar DeRozan. The Kings have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. DeMar DeRozan, an impressive scorer who takes relatively few three-point shots, Greg.
Yeah, the arc is not his primary focus. He'd rather pick you apart in the mid-range, but he does it so consistently that the points pile up quick.
Drops in the three.
And this is how confident Sabonis has become, ready to fire as soon as he gets it.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian, one nickname you hear for DeMar DeRozan is the lone mid-ranger. He said you can operate freely in the mid-range. It's like an ocean out there. If you're smart, you can take advantage of the space and pick teams apart. Brian?
He's an expert tactician working in between. Thanks, Allie.
Oh, and Murray makes this look all too easy. Superb at throwing it down with some power.
The three from Suggs. Fires in the triple. Suggs has got 5 points.
Oh, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
And the foul called on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
The three from DeRozan. Murray deciding where to go with it.
On defense, Carroll has a lot of good physical attributes, which help him create pressure.
Caldwell Pope with it. He's picked up by Levine. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Ellis with a rebound.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
On the wing, Levine. Picked by Sabonis. 3 seconds left. Levine attacking.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, we settled for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team.
You know, I love sitting up here and doing this show with you guys. I learn something new every day.
Man, you know what? It is.
All right, looking back now at that first half, a bit of a hill to climb for the Magic.
If they just hit a couple more threes.
That's it for us.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
Using all that momentum behind him to finish with power. Gotta love watching him dive toward the rim.
This is why the best athletes in the world play this game. If he finds a hole, he rips through and throws it down.
They've got Wagner. Wagner is out there with Goga Batadze, and it's Black in at the 1. So that's who Jamal Mosley starts the second half with. Here's Valanciunas. It's rebounded by Batadze.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor. Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
Outside Monk. Valanciunas sets a screen. Monk passes to Valanciunas. Back to Monk. Shot clock at 5. High arcing shot. Valanciunas, he's open. Offensive rebound, Kings. For 3. Orlando grabs the miss.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Yeah, and when Wagner is hitting from deep, the floor opens up for everyone else. Nice triple.
Pass to Lyles. Three-pointer. No good on the shot.
Might be time for the coaching staff to bust out a play for him to get going. 0 for 4 to start the half.
Wagner for 3. He's off on that one. The Kings have gone 0 for 4. Not the way they want to start the second half. And you look at the Kings, Brent. They've had several name changes over the years of their franchise.
Yeah, before becoming the Sacramento Kings, they were the Rochester Royals, and then the Cincinnati Royals, and then the Kansas City Kings, and then all of a sudden, let's get to the West Coast, and here comes the state capital of Sacramento. It's not really affected the winning, though, has it, BA? All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from it.
Monk against Wagner. Now here's Monk. He's closely guarded. Basket counts. Monk's got his second bucket on the night.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Pass to Black. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Matase can't hit. Sacramento leading by 3. Here's Valanciunas. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. That's on Franz Wagner.
Valanciunas, a seasoned veteran now that you basically can count on as a double-double guy. Even in limited minutes, he really does a great job of patrolling the paint. Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And the bucket is good.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Outside Monk. The layup off target.
Whew, I think he wants that one back. I mean, he knows he's capable of better.
Wagner outside. Pass to Matase. Lays it up and banks it in. And now just a 1-point Kings lead. Sacramento has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Monk for 3. Knocks down the triple. Monk's got 7 points here in the quarter. Orlando has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Black passes to Wagner from the arc. Counted from distance. Wagner's got 6.
Yeah, merciless answer by Wagner, hitting right back at him.
It's Monk on the wing. He's got 7. Crowder, that's good.
You have to be accurate there. Very little room for error passing on the interior.
Here's Black. Monk covers. Missed inside.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
The 3-ball. Knocks down the long J. And now it's a 6-point Sacramento lead.
I love it. His love for the game couldn't be more obvious. It helps him make a positive impact out on the court. And it also keeps the bench fired up. Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Arabia passes to Monk. Orlando with the rebound. Bataze's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Black. Bataze with a screen from outside the arc. They grab their own miss. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Oh, he'll wear you down with the way he grinds it out on the offensive glass.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Sacramento on top, up 2. And and a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. All right, a look at the five for the Kings to start the fourth quarter. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Then it's Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at point guard. LaVine can't hit.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Sacramento has gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. Here's DeRozan. Big jam by DeMar.
Yeah, the big-time vertical there. DeRozan still has it, having played well over a decade in this league.
Pure from three-point range.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Here's Sabonis. And Sabonis slams it in.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high-octane a game as you're going to find.
Suggs finds Caldwell Pope. Back to Suggs. Ben Carroll the screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. And again, it's Orlando converting. Coming down the stretch. We'll see if someone can capture the lead and hold it.
Yeah, that's been an issue. 5 lead exchanges tonight.
Sabonis with a screen on Suggs. Here's LaVine. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow.
Amazing. Man. Yeah, and this is LaVine's role. I mean, he's out there to score as often as possible.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. From downtown, it's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds in the game. On the wing, LaVine. He's covered by Suggs. Here's Ellis with some arc, and Carter with the block.
Hard to get shots over Carter Jr. With his timing and his long arms.
LaVine against Caldwell Pope. Picked by Carter, and he commits the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Pass to Isaac. Caldwell Pope with it. 6 to shoot. LaVine with a steal. Now the Kings in transition. Beyond the arc. The shot off that time. Orlando has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Isaac left side. Here's Banchero. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's LaVine for 3. The rebound by Carter. And so it's Carter who brings up the ball for the Orlando Magic. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. For 3, Caldwell Pope. The offensive rebound. Banchero against DeRozan. Here's Isaac. And the dunk by Isaac.
He's stepping up when his team needs a bucket. Isaac relishes being in these situations.
Outside LaVine. Takes the 3. Oh, that was a bomb from LaVine.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
A lot of...
The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
Saved them from it. And now, instead of a heated argument, they can just go and ask for a review.
You know, the league did it right, Grant. They didn't rush a system into use that's going to cause confusion. They rolled it out in the G League, and after a few years, when they were sure it could function, they brought it to the NBA. check in with Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Jamal Mosley was just reviewing the plan with his team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's DeRozan. Pass to Ellis. 5 to shoot. Back to DeRozan. Shot from the top of the key. It falls!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Suggs, the pass to Banchero. From outside, off the mark.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball.
Right here, they can't waste any time.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
Putting this team on his back. I love seeing Suggs take charge like this.
And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Now here's Sabonis. Levine. So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Alongside Brent.
As a Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for Domantas Sabonis.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Levine is out there with Ellis. And it's Sabonis in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Rockets, you've got Jalen Green. Tari Eason is out there with Dylan Brooks. Then it's Alperen Sengun. And it's Thompson in at the 2-guard spot. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That's his first foul. And Clark watching Amen Thompson. He is just a different kind of athlete.
He sure is, boy. Special as an athlete. And we've got some of the greatest athletes in the world across the NBA. He's smooth, he's explosive, he's fluid, well coordinated. Seems like he just kind of floats in the air. It's special to watch him do his thing.
And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Ellis against Green. Rocket 6. Here's Thompson. Lays it up off the glass.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Levine's shot is off.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Pass to Sengun. Sengun with a screen on DeRozan. Here's Brooks, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
What a throwdown by Brooks there, always looking to establish some force and dominance with his play.
DeRozan. The shot, no good. Good D by Thompson. Brooks with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Here's Thompson. Puts the move on. Sacramento grabs the miss. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight to give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
Now, here's DeRozan. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22.
I respect the way DeRozan can still elevate and throw it down.
And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time. Nice job there by Thompson. He's got the length and lift off the floor to do it just like that.
Third in rebounding, and they were one of the NBA's top 5 fast break teams. Not many were better on the break than this group.
And you just mentioned it. What a year it was for them on the glass. The sheer effort and energy they put into their rebounding was tremendous. Now, here's Thompson. They kick it out to Green. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And Green slams it in.
Excellent job by Green finishing through that contact.
The Kings trail by 3. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Ime Udoka for a minute. I asked him what plan he had, if any, for Zach LaVine. He said, my focus is making sure he doesn't get any easy shots. We have to contest every attempt. It's about mitigating the damage, not preventing it. So it looks like he'll settle for just making LaVine work as hard as possible. Guys?
Thank you, David. For 3, LaVine. Şengün with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Count the basket.
Love when Şengün looks to score, especially from the interior.
The Kings come into this one following a loss to Chicago. And stolen by Thompson. Green with the ball. Picked up by Ellis. And that one, good.
Every time he gets scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
They get a hand on it. Murray scanning the floor. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. Clark, looking at the growth and skill set of Şengün, he could be special.
I agree 100%, partner. He's got an instinct for the game that you just can't teach. The passing, the ball fakes, the pace at which he plays, it's all there. Feels like he could have the same kind of development trajectory as Jokic. We'll see.
DeRozan dishes to LaVine. DeRozan a screen on Brooks. LaVine inside the three-point line. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by LaVine. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the night.
You look at DeRozan and how efficient he is as a scorer. It's about body control, concentration. Some of these dunks he throws down are absolutely absurd. What an athlete, Green.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
And so it's Houston with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're Buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me. Not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. The post pair for him will be Murray and Sabonis. Monk is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's DeRozan in at the 3-slot. There's Sabonis and slam dunk by Sabonis.
Boy, one of the things that stands out with Domantas Sabonis, this guy is high energy all the time. He's a relentless glass eater.
Pass to Şengün. Eason against DeRozan. Şengün passes to Green. Şengün with the screen for Green. 4 on the clock, and Green slams it in.
Jalen Green has some serious... Yes, he does.
Monk outside. Takes a 3. Drills it from outside. And this season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a...
When Green turns on the speed, watch out. Blew by the defense on the drive that time.
Levine kicks to DeRozan. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Sabonis' screen on Thompson. Right side Sabonis. No good. Shot missing. Great defense that time from Şengün. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. They're not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good vets have helped as well. And we thank you for that report. Green taking his time here. Nice D from Levine. And so Levine will bring it up now for Sacramento. 6-point game. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. Inside, here's Thompson. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. Thompson's got 6 points.
Beautiful setup. You see right there, Alperen Şengün. His game isn't all about power.
And Levine with the slam.
Well, we know Levine has the hops. That time showing off the creativity.
Outside, Green. Buries it from 3-point range. Green's got the lead up to 9 now for the Rockets.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Green against Levine. Outside, Green. To the middle. Here's Thompson. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Keegan Murray.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
The Kings trail by 9. Levine finds Murray. Back to Levine. Murray sets a screen for Levine. Going inside. Monk outside. Eason grabs the board.
I like that creativity, double clutching and catch the defender on the way down. I can go for that.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another defender.
First free throw is good. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
He's so calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
And a chance to check out the stats for Thompson. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 9 points a game last year. 6 rebounds and 2 assists. And always nice to have a guy like him who can really defend at a high level coming off the bench.
You know, when you can sub in a lockdown defender, that's a major plus.
And how about they broke into the top 10 last year in second chance points? They made that a focal point heading into the season, and boy, did it pay off.
And the assist you talked about, there weren't many teams in the NBA that focused as much on passing as they did, making sure the offense included all 5 guys on the floor. Monk with a screen on Eason. For 3, Murray. Rockets with the rebound. A fantastic stretch this group has strung together. 8 wins and counting.
Just playing really solid basketball right now. They're trusting each other more out there and attacking as a group. They're a fist, not individual fingers, which has made them tough to beat.
Green kicks to Brooks. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Brooks has got 6.
Good to see Brooks connecting from three-point land because it helps open up everything else for him and his team.
Good on the three-point shot.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Here's Green. And the layup falls. Green's got 12 now in this quarter.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And that does it for the first half of play. The Rockets on top. They lead by 13. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Taking a look here at the Rockets, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the Kings.
Well, we saw a whole lot of dribbling.
That'll do it for our show tonight.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Well, guys, what can you say? Jalen Green, an impressive effort here today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Jabari Smith is out there with Green. Then there's Jayshawn Tate. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And it's Landale in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Tate finds Smith. And Houston again with the bucket.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Ellis surveying the D. Driving inside. Yep, that one goes. Ellis has got his first points of the night. Rockets leading by 13. Smith on the wing. This one for 3. Valanciunas grabs the board. Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Lyles with the screen. Ellis kicks to Lyles. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And for Houston, they're shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. There's a good screen. Tate against Crowder. Now, here's Tate. Still yet to score. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. And Zoelos will bring it up for Sacramento. Trailing by 13. The kick out to Crowder from outside the arc. Over to the wing. Here's Laravia. Whitmore defending. Here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And one way Valanciunas generates offense, using that big body to snare the board and keep the play alive.
Stolen by Ellis. Down low. It's tipped. Shoots the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Ellis has got it back down to single digits for Sacramento. Break every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
And a wide open look for Whitmore. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Whitmore's got himself on the board with 3 there. Ellis in the post. Whitmore defending. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Sacramento making a switch here. Monk's checked in. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Outside, Green. Pass to Landale.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Smith wide open. He fired. And he's good on the 3-ball. Smith's got 5 now.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
We've got 1:28 left in the third. 5 to shoot. Here's Landale. And another 3 for Houston.
And such great feel for the game. With more knowing where his teammates are at all times.
Monk's shot's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Whitmore. Sacramento grabs the miss. Monk outside. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the third. Valanciunas sets a screen for Monk. Beyond the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Monk's got 8 here in the quarter. 35 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Whitmore. Monk defending. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Landale. 6 to shoot. Tate with the screen for Smith. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Monk outside. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Houston. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the floor for Sacramento, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Zach LaVine is out there with Monk, and it's Sabonis in at the center position. And LaVine, here we go. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Green against LaVine. Outside, Green. Şengün with a screen on LaVine. Here's Green. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
When you try to check Green in pick and roll action, you've got to stop him first.
Here's LaVine, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Valanciunas is checked in for Sabonis. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
You know, when you think of Zach LaVine, his scoring comes to mind immediately. But he also rebounds effectively and passes it pretty good, too.
LaVine against Green. Eason's shot is good.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Thompson outside. Pass to Eason. Here's Şengün. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Eason against DeRozan. Thompson sets the pick for Green.
And that's how LaVine's coaches want him to compete. He's maintaining good defensive position and, as a result, forces a tough shot.
Thompson sets the pick for Eason. Houston needs to get a shot. Şengün, no good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game. Boy, man, can Monk fly. I mean, it's fun watching this dude get up and drop the hammer.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Rockets.
The way they've been able to consistently get past the defense and to the cup has been most impressive. They've almost made it look pedestrian.
And you also have to applaud how they've attacked the interior in this game. A lot of points happening for them in the paint tonight.
Brooks feeling it out a bit. Unloads from 9 from deep. Green. Rebound by Murray.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Monk outside.
Two minutes remaining in the game.
Kick out to Levine. Oh, and they take the lead. Levine's got 19 points.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
They kick it out to Green. And Green slams it in.
It's as though Green always has more left in his tank. He digs deep and finds the bucket.
Here's Monk. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been...
Now, where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was...
Watch out!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Here's Monk. It's good!
Boy, Malik Monk taking charge right there. He's in full control. Pressure, no problem.
Levine against Green. Over to the left wing. And so Monk will bring it up for the King. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Levine pitch to Valanciunas. Back to Levine. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. The coach's challenge has been issued. A game like this, down to the wire.
Shooting for Sacramento.
The officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double-checking, and the game continues on.
And there's the ice cream with the apple pie, folks. Excellent trip up the floor to stretch this lead out.
Pass to Brooks. Launches it. Rebound by Murray. For 3, Levine off the mark. So it's Sacramento picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of
love about opening day? What's tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. The backcourt is Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Isaac in at the 4 with Carter Jr. playing the 5. And it's Ben Carroll in at the small forward position. Carter from outside. First shot won't go. And here is Green. Playing Orlando, he was nearly unstoppable.
That doesn't belong in the dunk contest, then I don't know what. That is an impressive finish there by Green.
Carter, the pass to Ben Carroll.
Nice finish.
Man, big time right there. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
I mean, you talk about it factor. Banchero's got it, man. What a move.
Now here's Brooks. 15 in his last outing. Back to Şengün. And the ball out of play. The Magic will have it.
Magic ball.
The Magic have gone 1 for 3 so far. Ben Carroll the screen. And he goes in for the dunk.
And how about the leaping ability of Suggs? Getting off the floor with such ease.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and Coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your whole team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. They'll have to be disciplined tonight, BA.
And Allie, thanks.
And the mechanics Banchero has shown are already solid, which is what makes him a dangerous shooter.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Thompson against Suggs. It's hauled in by Houston. They're a team with momentum in the midst of an 8-game winning streak.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
Ben Carroll with a screen on Thompson. It's Suggs with a drive. The 3 from Ben Carroll. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
You know, I know some would like to see Banchero increase his shooting range, especially since he doesn't have a solid shot from behind the arc.
Brooks the screen on Suggs. And the call will be against Jonathan Isaac. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Şengün.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Just 4 to shoot. Brooks outside. The 3 is up. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Brooks has got 6 points.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Brooks. 6 points for him. And a missed layup.
That's a rarity for him, especially against the soft defense.
The 3 from Suggs. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Houston leading by 3. Thompson scanning the floor. Outside, Green. Inside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to go on Jalen Suggs.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Easton hits them both. Magic trail by 5. Suggs, the pass to Caldwell Pope. And Carroll with a screen on Green. Fires the 3, and that's good. Contavious Caldwell Pope for 3.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Thompson finds Brooks. it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
Yeah, he's off to an impressive start. Always nice to get 3 of your first 4 to drop.
Banchero with a screen on Thompson. Suggs. The kick out to Banchero. Takes the 3. Eason pulls it in. The Rockets lead by 4. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Suggs. Thompson against Suggs. Outside for Green. Down low. They swipe it. Oh, and a fast break for the Magic. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Dillon Brooks, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Houston. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Rockets?
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
We've got Alperon Şengün. Amen Thompson out there with Green. Then it's Dillon Brooks. And it's Eason in it to 4. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
And one of Green's best attributes is that he doesn't really see contact. He will either go over it or through it.
Suggs, the pass to Banchero. To the paint. Suggs outside. Launches a 3. The shot won't fall. Nice D from Thompson. Houston leading by 4. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, this young Magic roster has chemistry. Coach Jamal Mosley said they're so tight together. It's just organic. They're happy in creating these relationships over time. And it's because they're all just good kids that like being around each other. Guys, that's what you want.
Yeah, no question. Something to build on, Allie. Thank you. And it's Green missing. Magic trail by 4. Suggs with it. Now Thompson defending. Nice move. And it's laid up and in by Suggs. Suggs has got his second basket.
Yeah, nice initiative from Suggs. Seeing an easy scoring opportunity and pouncing on it.
Green finds Thompson. It's rebounded by Banchero.
That's just a bucket. Look, you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
Caldwell Pope's shot is off. The Rockets have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. And here's the fast break. Launches it. It's hauled in by Houston. Eason's got 6 rebounds in the game. Suggs against Green. All right, I don't want to make you feel too old here, RJ, but you did get drafted back in 2001. What's the biggest change in the game, you think?
Oh, I think without a doubt the physicality and the 3-ball. Teams are not as physical, and they shoot a lot more threes. When I came in, they were barely shooting them. Now that's all that matters.
And Carroll with a screen on Green. For 3, Caldwell Pope gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Now Green. Give him 8 points now. This one for 3. The rebound by Carter.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
You can't be overzealous guarding Suggs, because that's when you risk fouling.
The line for the Magic, Jalen Suggs, 2 shots.
And that one drops, so now they lead by 1.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Green against Suggs.
2 minutes.
Outside, Green. Green going at the D. And it's hammered home by Green.
So quick on the drive. When Green is slicing with confidence, he is hard to stop.
Suggs, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Suggs. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
The Rockets have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Green for 3. The rebound by Carter.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
And there's the call on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Black.
Substitution on the court.
Pass to De Silva. Caldwell Pope with it. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Orlando.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
We're starting to get a better sense of the player that Şengün is. An agile big man who really brings a lot of energy to the floor.
And Caldwell Pope gets it to go.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Outside, Green. Pass to Brooks. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Thompson. Orlando with the rebound. There's 21 seconds left in the second. Here's Black. Green covering. Beyond the arc. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. It's tipped. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Black. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on him in Thompson.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Orlando shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Both good from the line that time. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Magic out in front. They're up by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And
taking a look here at the Rockets, I've always loved when I started the season at home. I'd be eating good, I'd be dominating down low, I'd be...
And talking about our game involving the Magic, not a lot of separation here at the half.
Despite being the visitor.
Thanks for tuning in.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Nice game. Great performance by Jalen Green.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Here's who Jamal Mosley is starting the second half with. Wagner is out there with Goga Bitadze. Then it's Franz Wagner, and it's De Silva in at the 3, the small forward. Wagner with a screen. Here's Black. And the layup is good.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Rockets trail by 3. Outside Whitmore. It's hauled in by Black. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for Orlando. After this game, they can look forward to Washington, where they'll match up against the Wizards. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Here's Whitmore outside. Orlando with the rebound. Grant, you look at the development path of Franz Wagner, not surprising he had an easier transition to the NBA.
Well, think about this, BA. I mean, he played against men very early in Germany, splitting time in Euroball, and at Michigan, let him really develop in multiple ways. So he's seen it all and is still so young.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. All right, now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past few months for Goga Batadze.
And I'm sure he's not pleased with these stats. His rebounding has taken a bit of a tumble over the last couple of months. He's really got to get his energy back up on the glass and start fighting for boards again.
Outside Whitmore. Will it go? Outside Tate. Shot clock at 6. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And with a pause in the action, here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. The 4th spot held by the Rockets.
Last year, they had a very physical aspect of the game down. They were a very tough team to keep off the boards.
And he sinks the 2nd. Here's Black. He's got 7. And now around 2 minutes going by in this half.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Pass to Whitmore. Picked by Smith. 5 on the clock. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. Right side Whitmore. With the clock winding down. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Nice persistence on the glass. Whitmore using his athleticism right there.
Here's Black. Whitmore defending. To the wing on the left. Wagner outside.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
The Magic need to put one up here. Rockets with a rebound. 1:53 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Green in the post. Wagner's on him. Here's Whitmore. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
An impressive athlete. This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home. They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Outside Whitmore. And we've got 1:18 left in the 3rd quarter. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Orlando leading by 7. Pass to Black. He shoots it. It's hauled in by Landale. The Rockets have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the 3rd. Smith outside. It's rebounded by Batadze. For Orlando, they've gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the 3rd quarter. Here's Wagner. Oh, he goes up high for the 2-handed slam.
The slashing Wagner, so adept at carving his way inside.
Outside Whitmore. Smith outside. Up and in on the layup. Smith's got his first 2 points of the night.
And it looks like Smith is already getting stronger. He's looking to add some muscle, and that finish through contact is a great sign.
Wagner for 3. They get the rebound. Wagner, it's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one misses. Brooks outside. Out to Thompson from deep. And so it's the Orlando Magic. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. And don't go far. We'll be right back. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Orlando leading by 9. They've got Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Thompson, and it's Brooks in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Suggs finds Caldwell Pope. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. And he banks in the layup.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Green against Suggs. Now here's Green. Not a lot of room. To the middle. Here's Sengun. And Sengun throw it down.
Love seeing Sengun go up strong, leaving no room for error with that finish.
Thompson against Suggs. And Carroll with a screen on Thompson. Good on the shot.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Here's Sengun. Outside, Green. Good, and the assist goes to Sengun.
You can tell Green likes to move quickly. He gets that ball, and he's taking the shot in just a few seconds.
And the call will be against Alperen Sengun. That's his first foul of the game. Orlando leading by 8. Banchero the screen. Suggs the pass to Banchero. From distance, Paolo.
Responding nicely with his own 3, Banchero. This is how competitive this man is.
Green against Suggs. Eason a screen on Suggs. Here's Green. Sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Green with the ball. Thompson outside. Brooks with it. Now guarded by Suggs. To the inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Sengun throw it down.
Just strength from the big man Sengun, pushing through the contact.
And what's your take, guys, here on the hustle stats for the Magic?
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
Well, they've also been impressive, forcing a ton of mistakes. Not only that, but converting those mistakes into points on the other end.
On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Over Green. Caldwell Pope's shot is off.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
And Sengun throw it down.
Nice find by Thompson. Now, good to see him sharing the ball like this.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. Good. 5 for 9 shooting so far.
Whew. Just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Rockets trail by 9. Outside, Green. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the 4th. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Isaac.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Caldwell Pope's got 6 in the quarter.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
Brooks from outside, and that one's good. And Green with the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game.
And he's much more comfortable shooting off a pass. Brooks with a nice shot.
And then Carroll gets it to go.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Magic.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough. And, of course, they closed strong.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And with this victory, they managed to avoid the embarrassment of getting totally swept in this season series.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Paolo Banchero.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Pulls up on the wing. It's rebounded by Şengün. And Houston has possession. Trailing by 13. Isaac with the steal. Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back.
Houston ball.
9 seconds left to play in the fourth. So it's the Magic winning this one easily.
The end of the game.
Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block.